Hello, and welcome to the first recording of Travel Radio Podcast video series, YouTube, Facebook. This is where you get to put faces to the voices you hear on the podcast. And today I am pleased to have my guinea pig, Michelle Tatum, with me. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Megan.
Yes, would you introduce today's topic?
I am so excited. We're going to be talking about Disney Cruise Line and going on a Disney cruise. Yay!
Oh man, I'm so glad we both had ears. That worked out perfect. So we just recorded an episode on what it's like to take a Disney cruise, how far in advance you need to book, and those sort of what the accommodations are like. And we're going to get to go through some of those pictures. But would you just give us a little introduction with the brochure and, just get us started. And then we'll go through some of your pictures.
Okay. So with the Disney cruise, obviously it's a lot more relaxing than the parks. It is still the Disney quality that you would expect and award-winning. There's only 4 cruise ships right now. And here is just some of the fantastic things that you'll see. So they're dining, all their itineraries. These I usually send to my clients just to get them all excited about their upcoming cruise. And, of course, their private island, Castaway Cay.
Yes, and I see all your Disney stuff in the background is adorable.
Yes. My family loves some Disney.
So when did you last come off of your Disney trip?
We just went in November. We were there on the Thanksgiving. That's usually the least amount of time I can pull my kids out of school.
Right.
So we usually go, and I love it because it is Christmas time at Disney during that time frame. So we got to do the Merry Time sailing, which has Santa, and it's decorated for Christmas, which is, of course, my favorite holiday.
Yeah, I mean, mine too. Why not? I mean, we can get into church things another time, but yeah.
Right.
Favorite holiday, hands down.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to play a selection of your photos that you took on your last trip, and then we can talk through them. Would you talk about just a little bit? We're going to see the some of the ship pictures, but we'll also see a lot of the accommodations. And would you just get into that briefly about what accommodations are like on the ship?
Sure. So when you first get on the ship, it is great to just walk around, get a feel and the layout of the ship, because each one of them is different. There's 2 sister ships, that 2 sets. So there's the Magic and the Wonder, and then the Dream and the Fantasy. Mm-hmm. And so each of them offers different things. So to get on and just kind of explore. And so go check out the Kids Club, or the Oceaneer Club is what they call it on the ship. And you'll be able to go in and take a look at that. And then, of course, grab your spot by the pool and just enjoy, get ready before the sail away party. So it is so much fun. There are different room categories. So there's the inside, there's the ocean view, which actually has a huge window. Actually, the kids can even climb into it. It's big, which is awesome. And then the verandas, which is their balcony rooms, which of course is my favorite. And then there is plenty of space in their cabins, which is very nice for families. Mm-hmm. Some can accommodate up to families of 5.
Perfect.
So, perfect.
So then I'm seeing some water slides.
Yes. So on the Fantasy and the Dream, there's the aqueduct. And so it is like a raft, fun adventure that, my kids are old enough now, I can just kind of wave as they go by. But I've done it many times myself too. And then on the smaller ships, there is another more water slide feature. So they do offer different things.
Nice. And then are there, what are they, for, like, I have a 4-year-old, he's going to want to do some of the water parky things, but I imagine the water slide's not quite his age yet.
There is a height requirement, but there is underneath there's like a Nemo splash pad for the smaller ones, like the little, toddlers and those ages. There's a splash pad with a lot of cute little fun things. I should have sent you that picture because it's really cute. And then there are two pools. One is in the shape of Mickey, or depending on your ship. And then and what I love about Disney Cruise Line is that there's lifeguards, so your family feels safe knowing that there's lifeguards taking, an extra eye looking out as well.
Yeah, because my kids think they can swim.
Yes.
Yes. And like, even though
they're the only ship or cruise line actually that offers such a wonderful thing. So I love. Most of them have life jackets, but they're the only ones that have lifeguards.
Yeah, and talk about, can we get back to the accommodations just as far as decor goes?
Oh, they're all nautical.
I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play this. Yeah, keep going.
So they're all nautical. They're going to be in the Disneyland colors, so navy, red. They even have a picture of all 4 ships. And there's just, it's so fun. It's just puts you in the mood for sailing. And then because we were on a themed sailing, I had pre-ordered a special surprise for the kids, and they can decorate the room. And so we got this beautiful thick, I have to, take it from my daughter, but we have a beautiful throw that we brought home, and all the different decorations that were hanging in our room when we got in, and it's such an exciting time.
Is that throw the thing that looks like a sea creature?
No, actually that is what our room steward does. So at night when we come back from our dinner or just, movie or whatever we're doing that day, we come in and there is some chocolates and these beautiful little towel art. So He actually used our comforter, part of our, the little, I don't know what it's called, but it's at the end of the bed, the little strip.
It's like a
decorated thing.
It's not like a kick mat. It's like a foot. It's a shoe buffer.
Yeah, it keeps, if you're setting your luggage up on top of the bed, it keeps, your comforter from getting dirty. So anyway, but they use that in order to create these fun little art, decorations when we get in. And then my kids still travel with their loveys and their little, I let them pick 2 that they can take with them.
You're generous. I make them take 1.
Yeah, right. Well, they're little, so they can, they take a couple, and whatever they can carry is the rule. So
that's fair.
They usually even include those in their little surprise for us when we come in. So it's so fun.
Now let's talk about dining. I am going to play through some of your pictures that you sent of specifically desserts, which I'm going to say look amazing.
Yes.
So let's talk about dining on Disney.
So there's no calories when you're on a Disney cruise. I don't know what they do with them. They magically disappear with all the activities and things that you're doing. So So with Disney, one thing that is extremely unique to Disney is that they rotate between different dining rooms, but your servers and the staff rotate with you. So they do get to know you, and it is such a fun experience. So they, have a full course meal. You get the appetizer and dessert and main course. And, if you're super hungry and both things look good, hey, order them both,
Yeah.
I mean, my husband one time, had asked, what should I order? This looks good and this looks good. He went against the recommendation, and it just wasn't it was still really good, but wasn't what he was in the mood for, I guess. I don't know why he ordered it in the first place. But anyway, and the waiter had brought him what he had recommended. So that was kind of fun. But
it's true. They know. Don't go against the recommendation.
That's
which
right.
I did the last cruise and had to have another dessert, I guess.
Right. So the kids, I think, always got the Mickey bars for desserts. They love those.
Is that a popsicle that looks like Mickey?
Yeah. It is. It's in the shape of Mickey. It's a chocolate, covered, dipped ice cream bar. So they're very popular at the parks, and you can get them on the cruise ship. So
I planned a Disney moon for a bride. Yes, she's written a whole cookbook. Actually, she's cooked through all the movies.
Yes.
And
wow.
Yes, it's incredible. Actually, I don't think she had it published, but I pleaded with her. I'm like, please publish this thing. But one of the things she was most concerned about is what if they run out of Mickey bars? What if I don't get one on my honeymoon? And I was like,
oh, don't worry.
I don't know what to say. She
won't
got
run out
one.
of Mickey bars.
Yeah.
They have plenty. But then they, the server does magical tricks and they entertain the kids. I mean, it is such a great experience for the whole family.
Cool. Then let's I have some pictures of your trip to Castaway Cay, or is it Castaway Cay?
Castaway Cay
Oh,
is Disney's.
I'm sorry. It's actually
That one's another cruise lines.
well, the last cruise line I recorded on was RCI. So, and I was thinking about my experience on RCI. Okay.
Right. So Castaway Cay
Thanks.
is Disney's private island in the Bahamas, and it is something all Disney lovers just really enjoy. Matter of fact, the itineraries that have the double dip stop there,
Yeah.
that's kind of a win-win. That's a golden ticket right there to stop twice. So
Yeah, that's... And I know I'm looking at my I have everything programmed right, and we just talked about it right, but it just... Thank you.
right here,
Show
is the
us.
map.
I'm
And
going to
so
make it all on you now.
So there's a section over here that's for adults only. There is the 5K that you can do. It's included in your sailing if you choose to do that, which we did. My daughter did it with me this time for the first time, and it was so much fun.
Fun.
So you do that first when you get off the ship. And then this is all the area that is beachfront, that you can enjoy the water and the platforms that are out there, slides, and just so much to do it at Castaway Cay.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to play 2 pictures now of you,
Okay.
and then why don't you get out your medal so everybody can see it. Hold on one second. We're running through your pictures.
Okay.
And Castaway Cay looks amazing.
It is.
Oh, yeah. It looks so warm.
The water is beautiful. It's clear. It's, that turquoise blue of the Bahamas that you just can't find anywhere else.
Yes, and I wish, I know you didn't have an underwater camera, and that's an awesome and huge medal.
Yeah, it is. Now, it's not metal. It is plastic, but I love collecting these. They go on I do some of the Disney runs, and so they go with my collection of that. And I didn't do it the sailing before, and I was so disappointed that I didn't. So I made sure I did it on this past one.
So you don't have to sign up in advance. They run it every day. You can just get off the boat, correct?
When you go to Castaway Cay, it is. It's always an option.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
They'll never run out of spots, correct? You can just go.
No, I did pre-sign up.
Okay.
But it's easy to do if you just up and decide you want to do it that day. Just listen for the prompts and go down early to participate.
So then, what do people need to know? Why should people use a travel agent? Why should people contact you? Tell us all.
So the reason a big support for travel agents is a professional travel agent has been there. Mm-hmm. So we have experienced these. So if it's your first time, we can definitely step you through that process. It makes it a whole lot more magical experience to have someone who's been there, who can, just help walk you through the process. If there is anything that happens to go wrong, I did have a client who was out at sea and they were rerouted. And so they did not, for some reason, because of the timing and so forth, they had to come in at a different port. So guess what this travel agent did? She had a car waiting for them.
Awesome.
They did not have to deal with any of that. So she did, she was in communication with me while they were traveling. Mm-hmm. And so I was able to take care of them and do the things that they shouldn't have to do when they're on vacation. That is what I am here for.
That's awesome. Good to hear. Okay, well, what else do we talk about before we end this little video experiment of ours?
When can you go and experience this beautiful trip? I mean, it is such a wonderful, magical time. They definitely exceed expectations. There are first new releases of Disney movies. You're watching by the pool, Disney movies. I mean, you are although you're immersed in Disney, it's different from the parks. So you can choose to do the meet and greet characters. You can choose, to participate in what you want to, but it's a lot more relaxing. It's usually the next step after someone's visited the parks.
And do you have what you would say is like a minimum recommended age for cruising? I get asked that question a lot.
For Disney cruises, they are not allowed to participate in the Oceaneer Club, which is a huge win for the kid. I'm dragging mine out of there. They can't participate in those particular areas until they're 3 and potty trained.
Okay.
Now, there is a nursery with trained professionals in there that will that you can pay a little extra, and they will babysit your child for an hour or two at a time. And then so really there's not a minimum. I think they have to be 6 months or older to actually sail. So I mean, my favorite time for sailing is when they're 3 or up, just because they can really enjoy the cruise to its fullest. Yeah. Enjoy it to its fullest. So
that's awesome. And I actually, I have one thing.
Okay.
I'm going to bring out a handful of stuff here. I just got these for the first time with our last. This is like a free tip, guys.
Oh.
We just got these. Do you have these?
Yay! Yes.
Okay. These are amazing. And actually, they're all full of our last cruises stuff, so I'll pull one out. They're clear, but they have these really adorable clasps. And if you're going to sign up for a cruise and you think that you will travel on a cruise line again, very valuable, because our cruise tags have fallen off our bags several times, and then that's a whole scramble that you can avoid for like $6.
Yes. I will say that Disney Cruise Line is different in that regard as well. They send you luggage tags, so it is different from those. I do recommend those on all my other cruise lines. But with Disney, they send you, like when you go and check in at the airport and you have the sticker, put on your luggage.
Yeah.
They have those already printed up for you. They come in your package. You put those on your luggage, and so they're not going to easily tear off. They have your cabin number on there. They're designed to easily, get to where they need to go.
I think that just kind of is indicative of what you're getting when you get a Disney cruise. You're paying for quality. Yeah, that's good. I would expect that. Yeah. Nice. Well, Michelle, I just want to thank you for your time. Thanks for being on the podcast today and on this first video experiment that I did. And I hope to have you on again sometime.
Absolutely. I have enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Megan.
All right. Thanks. And if you want to contact Michelle, the next slide will be all of her contact information. And again, visit us at travelradiopodcast.com. And you can see Michelle. She's going to be depending on when you watch this, she'll be the latest episode. But anyway, go to guests, click Michelle Tatum. All her contact information will be there too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being on my podcast video experiment. Bye. Okay. Okay.